Hello there.
Lila, how are you?
I'm good.
You know, we kind of took like a 1 week hiatus. I feel like we've been on vacation for like 2 weeks. Yet I've done nothing productive.
Nothing?
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Who is that? Some giggles?
Oh, yes.
I'm excited
Our
today.
lovely guest.
Are you excited today?
Yeah.
We have two very special guests today, Bella and Gabrielle. And they go to our church.
Boundless Church.
Probably the youngest guests we've had. But that's okay because we're doing something cool at the Triangle.
Yes.
We're going to just like take out all the oldies, which probably includes us. And we're going to bring in more youth to the program because we have something very important we wanted to talk about today. And that's exactly what we wanted to talk about today. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our viewers to the lovely and beautiful Bella and her amazing friend Gabrielle. Say hi.
Hi guys.
Hi guys. Excited to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who isn't excited to be here? Yeah. So we're going to get right into
We're
it.
fun. So fun.
So, ladies, would you mind introducing yourselves and telling people a little bit about who you are, what you do? And we'll kick it off with you, Bella.
Yeah. Like you heard, my name is Bella. My full name is Isabella. I actually never introduced myself formally as Bella, so that was interesting for me. My name is Isabella. I am 20 years old, and yeah, I'm not in school right now, actually. I was going to say I'm in school. I'm not in school right now. I was gone on a missions trip for 6 months, and now I will label myself as a full-time missionary for 2 years, at least for the next 2 years. So that's my occupation. And yeah, it's just a privilege to be back home with my family and my friends. And yeah, I'm a middle child. I have 4 siblings and 2 parents who love the Lord so much. And I've learned so much from, just being in a house that prioritizes Him and Him alone. So yeah, lots of love.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I love that. My granddaughter's name, Kali's middle name is Isabella.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I like, and I was like, because, I have a sister named Rose. I thought my name was cool, and I was kind of like, Isabella. But now that I hear it's a beautiful name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's very rare and very extraordinary that you at 20 years old, your occupation right now is being a missionary, which is really rare.
But hang tight for a minute. We're going to get into Bella right now. But before we do, let's not take the spotlight away from her guest.
Okay.
Gabrielle.
I am Gabrielle. I don't have a nickname. I just go by Gabrielle. And
It's a good name.
Yeah, thank you. Friends with Bella, and I'm very happy that she's back for now before she heads off again for her trip. But I have been in California for about 5 years now. I grew up in Massachusetts with also 2 parents that still love the Lord, and I'm super grateful for that. I'm in California. I came out here to go to Biola for undergrad, and I currently go to Cal State Long Beach, getting my master's in speech pathology. I thought the Lord was going to take me back to Massachusetts, but I've stayed in California actually because of kind of the calling I have to continue serving in our church. So we'll probably get into that, but that's why I'm here. I love California and excited to talk about just young adults, what it means for us.
I think
Of course you love California.
Yeah, right? Who doesn't?
Oh, yeah.
The weather, there's no place better. There are people that say, it's too expensive. That's because you're not working hard enough. Just prayed.
Oh, well, anyways, Gabriella
You know what?
and Bella,
Yeah, welcome. We're
like I said, extraordinary.
It's-
Young, beautiful women
yeah,
that could be creating havoc right now and having fun and just being distracted like everybody else. And here you guys are. You're getting ready to go again on a missionary to where?
I'm going to Germany.
To Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So why did I read Spain in the notes?
I messed up. I was
told him
doing like a
before.
million things, and I kind of like
no
wrote
worries.
it.
So it's Germany, even cooler, right? And you just said you came back from one?
Yeah.
So where were you?
So I was in Germany for 3.5 months and Ethiopia for 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
So share a little bit about that. I mean,
Well-
talk about a whole different culture.
Yeah. Well, first, they are members of our church, Boundless. We're located in Whittier.
Our new name, Boundless.
Our new name, Boundless. And before we get into all that, I just really want to know how you guys got to Boundless.
Yeah.
What was that journey like? What drew you in? What happened?
Yeah, so I've been going to, that location of a church for 10 years now. Maybe a little bit over 10 years. So at first we came in, it was family church. And we weren't really serving. We were attending every Sunday, and we weren't involved with the church whatsoever until it became Dream City. There was a lot of stuff happening with the church, a lot of development, a lot of pioneering of different, programs in the church. And that's when we started to, just serve more. So I think every one of my family members serves now at what's now Boundless. But we started serving, my sister and I, Evangeline and I serve in baptisms. My brother's on the welcome team, and Gabrielle's on production, and my mom's on kids check-in and preschool. And then my dad's on the worship team. So we're all serving there. And also again, how Gabrielle and I are probably closer now is that we're doing this Bible study together that my brother and I started last January.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you end up at our church?
I, again, first came two name changes ago in 2021 when it was still family church. I started attending there when it was only a couple months after I had come out to California to go to Biola. I knew I wanted to get involved in a church, and also I went to a Christian university, but they were always like, you know what, this isn't your church, go find a church, you need to be involved somewhere. And so I think it ended up, Google, a Google search was how I found it. I just started going to multiple churches on a Sunday, just going to different services at places. And I went to family church, Boundless. I just keep saying Boundless at this point. I went to Boundless and loved it. So I was like, I'm going to come here for a month, be consistent. And if I am still enjoying it and really feel like the messages are truth and everything is fully biblically based here, I'm going to stay and I'm going to start to serve. So anyways, a couple months later, I started to serve in the nursery where I still am on Sundays. And then I quickly got involved in the young adults. So over the years too, I've hosted different Bible studies and gone through different book studies. But now, with Bella and getting to just see kind of a whole new area and growth for the young adults has been really exciting. So, yeah.
Nice. So you guys are like besties.
We're pretty good friends and wish that we could, spend more time together. But, Bella's out and about and super excited for her. So, we're pretty close and we love working together with the young adults. So, very fun.
So let's go back to Lila's question about being out and about. So Germany.
What a transition.
And Ethiopia and because I think that's super cool.
Super incredible. Just to step into a whole nother culture like this.
No, but to be able to say to yourself, I'm going to go all the way over here, and I'm not just going to go because I want to sightsee. I want to go spread the word or do whatever it is you do over there. So tell us what prompted that. How did that happen?
Yeah, so a lot of God stories, leading up to why I decided to come to Germany in the first place, because I was in Germany first. But basically I felt like the Lord calling me to do a DTS through YWAM. So DTS is just discipleship training school, and it's basically a 5 to 6 month program where 3 months you're involved in lecture and you're learning more about the character and nature of God. You're learning how to hear his voice. You're learning just so many things that you can apply to being on an outreach in a foreign country. Even though technically me going to Germany, like I was already going to a foreign country, but I really felt like the Lord was saying like, go to Germany. And then the last 2 months or 2 to 3 months of this program is on an outreach. And you don't know what outreach location you're going to go on until you get to your DTS. Oh, wow. So I signed up for a DTS in Nürnberg, Germany, and it was, you know, so scary leaving my family and friends for the first time. But I just felt so much comfort from the Lord, and I felt like him saying, hey, like, you are going to need to rely on me during this season, and yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable, and you have to be okay with that. And I was uncomfortable on the cross. So yeah, just get out of your little
zone?
Bubble. Yeah, get out of your comfort zone, get out of your little bubble, and just obey me. And I was like, okay,
wow,
God.
so good.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, yeah, full send. So I got to Germany, and then a few weeks in, they say, hey, you're going to Ethiopia, and not only are you going to Ethiopia, we want you to lead the outreach team to Ethiopia. So it wasn't just me, going to Ethiopia and like having staff members from the base lead the outreach. I was leading the outreach with my co-leader, Josh, and it was definitely an experience. I led 10 people. 9, like the 2 speakers, a microphone, and a piano. And it was a market day in Ethiopia, in southern Ethiopia too. So there was, couple thousand people in that marketplace. And it was beautiful, seeing all these people just there. Because that was the most amount of Ethiopians I'd ever seen, like, in one square. So we set up right in the middle, or maybe towards the side, but enough to where people could see us. And we had me and my friend leading worship, and we had 2 preachers on our team just preaching and, like, sharing the gospel. And so many people heard the love of Jesus Christ that day. So many people. There was like a moment where our group asked, if people would like to surrender their lives to Jesus. And there's like just 100, maybe less than 100 actually, of these Ethiopians just bowing on the floor, like surrendering their lives. Like, it was so beautiful. And then we have like people just coming up to you after, like, oh, like, can I have prayer? Can I have prayer? Can I have prayer? It was crazy. Like, honestly, I have photos, but even that doesn't do justice.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane. And I'd say, like, even that day, even though there were so many people that we ministered to and that we were sharing to, like, the fact that there was people that surrendered their life to Christ and gave their life and said, like, hey, like, he is the way, the truth, the life. Yeah. Like, being able to witness that was just an unbelievable experience, It was so awesome. And then you have, like, the other side of it where at least all these other people in the marketplace heard because of how loud those speakers were. Right. So they heard the love of Jesus Christ. That seed was planted. That's kind of how we reached
what a way to end the show, right?
Right.
That was like the last thing.
Mic drop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't think, that's a lot of people. Yeah, even at my best DJ days, I didn't have more than 1,200 maybe. Yeah. Then I had kids, and they ruined it. I could have been David Guetta by now.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Gabrielle, you mentioned you're a part of young adults.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about...
I want to know, what's the young adult's age?
Well, we're about to find out.
Oh, okay.
You're always...
No, okay.
Boom, I want to know right now.
I want to go to season 2.
We're setting it up. Oh, yeah, like, you fast forward everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So tell us about what you do at Young Adults. But before that, I really want to know what got you into serving, why you think it's important, And because a lot of people, you know, I'm going to go to church on Sunday. They think that's enough. They pray every day and they think that's enough. And yeah, it can be for some. But why do you serve?
I mean, I serve because we're called to serve. I mean, in the Bible, like God specifically tells us that we need to serve others, and Jesus came to the earth to serve others. And that was his whole mission. So I think, like, I mean, besides that, just super important factor, there's also just, you know, if I love God and I believe in him, then, like, why wouldn't I want to serve others? Serving others outside of church is a whole nother thing too, but that's something that's extremely important. But just being able to be at church on a Sunday and get to, like, you know, hold a toddler, make them feel welcome. Like, I have no idea what's going on in their homes. I do for some of them. I know their stories, and like a lot goes on, and you don't know until you ask someone's story, and it's crazy. But to be someone that can love them and support them and make them feel like they're okay and they're safe, like, I love that on a Sunday, and they just bring me so much joy. So that's the kids on a Sunday. But then, you know, I served the young adults specifically because I felt the calling to do that. I didn't have, before I came to California, I was at another church, and I feel like I didn't have the best experience as a youth. I didn't feel, I think maybe like 6th through 8th grade is like really, I mean, I feel like for me, I could say that in 6th grade is when I felt like, geez, like, what am I doing? What's my calling? Like, who loves me? And I felt that longing to be just like in community with others. And I felt like I didn't have that. And besides that, that's like, I feel my testimony story, everything happened for me in 6th grade. That just everything, you know, went down then. But I wish that I had people to just talk with, and I didn't have that. And so, like, for me in this season, I feel like I'm equipped to step into a role. I have the time and I have the calling to step into the role of, like, we usually call it like facilitating, just because Bella and I are like leaders, but we have about 6 young adults that are, because our group is just so large now. So to be able to facilitate and take time out of the week to do that is something I love to do. I want to make sure that people have a space to come and to learn more about God, and think, like, a lot of stuff happens in these years too. It's 18 through 30, to answer your question about the age group, the age range, 18 to 30 years old.
We can't go, Lila. We can't go.
So 18 to 30.
So youth, when I think 30, I don't know. I think that's full grown by then.
Yeah.
I thought youth was like 13 through 18. That's what I was thinking.
Well, technically
But
yeah,
you say
we
adults.
say youth group, as in that would be like 6th through 12th grade. We serve the young adults. I'm 23. Yeah, Bella's
young adults.
20.
There you go. Change
But,
Yeah, it's young adults.
Yeah.
But so ours is about 18 when you're done with high school to 30, which, like, you think about that age range and you think about someone coming out of high school and a person that's married with kids, like, we have all of that.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot of
Makes
variety.
sense.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I serve because I feel that calling. I want to further, like, the mission of God. I want to learn more about him. Leading helps me to, being in a position of a leader just helps me to learn so much too. Like, we prepare for our Bible study that's coming up on Monday. We have a, like, meeting today to gather and go through the Word to make sure we're all prepared and we all are coming from the same perspective. And I love that. It helps me to deepen my understanding of the Bible. But I learned so much from other people. Going in there, like, I always come out on a Monday night being like, that was so much better than I thought, because I was just able to connect with all these people, hear their stories, and, like, gosh, I see them every week. On a Sunday, you pass by people and I would have no idea that they just lost their mom or something. Yeah. So, we are called to serve, and that's the specific area I feel called to right now, and that's why I stayed in California. I felt like it was just home for me, and it's where I wanted to be. So
Yeah.
You know how we have different friends? I have different friends, some believers and some not so much believers. And we talk about community, right? And being around community. And I have friends that are very supportive and are great friends, but they're just not Christian. They're just not religious. Do you feel that it's important to build community within, other believers? Is how important is that to be around people that are religious and believe in God and worship God, as opposed to people who don't?
Definitely. So I think there is that whole span of you can 100% be a Christian. You can believe in God and like you have received that gift of salvation, and you might not go to church. You might not have a home church, and I believe that's a case for a lot of people, but that doesn't, of course, mean that you don't have faith in God. But I have just in my own life experienced the power of choosing a home church, investing in there, and that comes with tithing, that comes with serving, that comes with building community. And I've seen the difference that it's made in my life. And I've also gotten to see, like, when I go through things, who do I look up to in a way that I would want to turn to this person, and I know whatever advice they're going to give me, that's something that I trust, and I know it's coming from a biblical foundation. I believe that continuing to grow in a church and in your role as a child of God is just allows you to be more prepared and to, gain that wisdom, I guess. Like the more time you spend in your word, the more knowledge you have, the more the relationship that you have gets built with God. So I think that it's super important. I think that's another thing God calls us to just be in community, but it's such a gift to know that you have these people that surround you, that are wanting to just support you and protect you. Like even for this past weekend, I think there was a lot of things that went on, a lot of just like sudden things and extreme things that like I needed support on, or emotional things. But like I had immediate response of people from Boundless, that wanted to just be like, how can I help? Like, do you need this? Like offering me things. And so to be able to support and love others in times of need is amazing. And that's what it is.
There's huge reward, right? When we take advantage of what God tells us to do, be in community, go to church. Yes, you can pray at home. You can do all that. But when you go in community around other people's energy and just the way, they play the music live and stuff. And then if you take the next step and serve, now you're doing usher or whatever. It's a whole different experience in your life, and what God does where it just gets supernatural, and you get like these things that happen, yet you have this support system better than, like you just said, when something's going on in my life and I need some advice or something, I know I can go somewhere and I'm going to get the wisdom of the Lord. Yeah. While most people are in the world, right? You go to your home, your homie who's like, forget that girl, or they tell you to do things that just, then your life is so toxic and there's so many problems compared to if there's a surrender over here in some channel where we're going every Sunday and we're in community with each other and we encourage each other. And like they say, we fill our cup again, because then we still have to go back to work into that whole thing.
Yeah, because I would rather, 9 times out of 10 take advice from Aaron than one of the homies from the old school who really just I had one guy once tell me when I started doing all of this and serving, and called me. He was drunk. You think you're better than everybody now. You think you're this. You think you're that. Of course. Hiking and all this. And who are you? I remember you when you used to be the XYZ. But see, and now I have a network of people from our church that are super supportive. If I needed anything, they were there. Yeah. And I would much rather listen to whatever they say than someone who just isn't close to God. Yeah. Bottom line. Yeah. And I think it's super great that the age group on the young adults is 18 to 30, because you're absolutely right. Like you're talking about people that are getting into a relationship or trying to, and you have that support of people who've experienced it and could tell you like, well, this is what you could expect. Sometimes things aren't, rainbows and sunshine and butterflies. Yeah. Sometimes things get real and sometimes you need to, I think that's awesome.
Like Gabrielle, you were saying stories are powerful, but you only get to hear those stories if you're around the people. Otherwise, you're never going to get to know anybody, what they're going through, or what strengths they have, or what weaknesses they may have. Because, when they say iron sharpens iron and so on and so forth, it only happens in community. Not a lot of good things happen in isolation at home.
Yeah.
Nothing good happens in isolation.
I don't think so. You're only with your own thoughts, and you know.
You're watching TikTok all day.
Mind rot, or what are they call it?
Brain rot.
Yeah.
I feel like the things you guys just said just brought up a lot of like points in my head, but the last thing I'll say to answer that question is just that I think that we're always wanting to grow in our faith, so we always have to think about what's the next step. If you already believe in God and you already attend service, like what's the next step in pushing you out of your comfort zone? And then that becomes serving, and then that becomes traveling to other countries, that becomes and even serving in our own mission field, like if called to serve the city, that's extremely important as well. But then once you kind of grow in that way, then it becomes so much easier to be able to recognize, like, oh, this is a person that I don't know if the wisdom, I don't know if the advice I just got from them was wise. Let me think it through. Let me pause. Or you go through things in your life and you're like, okay, wait, I can still have the joy of the Lord because I can recognize like that was just a hit from the devil, so I can turn to God, and you become more confident in that, and you still have joy in those times of struggles. Yeah.
Before people start thinking, oh, serving, that word serving sounds like a lot of work. Because some of y'all think that way sometimes. I don't want to do the work. Let's talk about how fun it is. Bella, walk us through like a typical week of the young adults, and there's got to be some fun. You guys are mixing in some fun, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
So tell us about that. Tell us what someone that's sitting out there looking at this, or a parent that's looking at this and thinking, would that be good for my son or daughter? Or even someone young looking at this like, oh, I need community. That sounds interesting. But what else do y'all do? What can you tell them that's fun and engaging that you mix into the programs that you guys run?
Yeah, I mean, so our group is so fun. I think we never start on time because of how many friendships have been formed during this, a year span that the Bible study for young adults has, been a thing. So literally there has not been one time where we started at 7 p.m. because everyone is just talking with their friends and their family. Like, I love you, brother. Like, how has your week been? And what's so cool about our group is that it's not predominantly Boundless attendees, I'd say. Like, there's so many people from other churches that come to that Bible study on Monday because of, them getting fed, because of friendship, because of, just a space in which...
Wait, there's food?
No.
I'm kidding.
Sometimes we'll have those times though. Like we've had potlucks several times. Like we've had worship nights. We've had other events that we used to go bowling all the time too. So like there are like other things that like this young adult group does, but really I think it's so awesome. People just love being around each other. They love being around each other so much that now you have, someone that I know from when I went to college, like one of my old teammates come and they're hanging out with someone who, attends the church. Like, whoa, like you guys like met through this Bible study. Now you guys are great friends. Like, that's so weird. Yeah. But it's like, I see all these friendships that are happening that I'm like, whoa, like this person works at In-N-Out with me, but they're hanging out with, my friend Sanaa, who goes to Cerritos College, who doesn't even go to Boundless Church. And it's like, this is so interesting, right. Like there's just so much friendship and so much love that, and I really think that's why it's expanded so much. Mm-hmm, so sure. A little background information. So my brother and I started this Bible study. We didn't think it was going to be, for more than one season, but we started last January and we went through the book of Proverbs. And then we were in a room, one of the rooms upstairs at in Boundless, and it's a smaller room, you know, maybe like twice the size of this room, and there's maybe 15 to 20 people that time. And every week there'd kind of be like, sometimes there'd be more people, but most of the time it would be like 15 to 20 people. But then it just got really big. More people started coming, so we moved to a room downstairs, like the elementary room, because it's a bigger space and there's other rooms on the side that we can go to for like smaller groups. But yeah, then we started going through the book of Luke, and now we're in the book of Acts. But the Bible study's like, you know, 40 to 45 people that come consistently, which is crazy to me. Like, we started in the small room upstairs, maybe 15 to 20 people, and now we have like, you know, consistently 40 people who go to Bible study.
Yeah.
40?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's
That's
so
growth.
crazy.
That's impact. That's awesome.
Isn't it interesting how there's so many things happening at Boundless?
Like-
from so many areas, so many,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
streams.
Yes.
And
Well,
it's
and then just how they changed their name to Boundless, they're all in. They're ready to explode, right? It
Right.
just
Yeah.
seems like, and the men's recovery group, it has grown. What have
not as
we
much
been
as
going?
this Bible study. I mean, that seems like where it's at right now.
Really?
If
Well,
was-
I don't know.
if
I
was
thought there was over
29, I'd be
100.
there.
Well, but I thought it was like 100 guys now.
No,
we
no,
couldn't
it
even
is.
fit the other day at Chip
growing.
Night.
It's growing, but
Yeah.
nobody wants to hear about us old people. We were here for the
Oh,
youth.
got it. Okay.
Today, we're
I was
here.
just saying the growth.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Boundless.
amazing.
No, but it
It's
is.
just-
There's
it's
so many
happening
things,
everywhere
you know, and I
in
think
all the
that's one of the
groups.
things that I wanted to talk about was the young adults, and then there's another subgroup before that, right? Because for the younger people, ages, right?
That's sixth through 12th grade. As far as I know right now, they don't have a consistent weekly meeting, but they do have Sunday services for the youth. And then they also do events. There's a youth worship night coming up. So, yeah, I believe that the youth has also been growing a lot too. And they've been able to expand on just meeting from one service to meeting 2. And I think they might be going to 3 soon. So, it's been awesome.
So many things. So let's pretend some people that you know, a lot of people that you don't know are watching this, and you want them to walk away with something as to why it's so important to be a part of a church like Boundless or a program like you. What would you, like, if you could just look them straight in the eye right now and tell them something inspirational, something to get them to walk through that door and to encourage their faith, what would that be? And we'd start with you.
Okay. I would first say that especially if you're coming by yourself, I know how kind of maybe anxious you may feel, or how daunting it could be. I first started going to the church when I knew nobody at all, and I would sit up in the balcony by myself and kind of worked my way into just meeting people, getting involved, but it is really scary. So I would acknowledge that first piece of kind of like the feeling of I want that, but I don't know how to do it, and I don't know who to talk to, and it's like a lot of pressure because it seems like people already know each other and everything. But I would just say that it does take work. It does take work to get involved, because if community is something that you see and you want and you know the importance of, it does take work to get there, and coming and getting to know other people too is extremely important. So I would, give it at least like a month of just coming and seeing how you like it and getting to know other people. And I would say that community is so important. Community will help you just walk through seasons of life. You always want people who are willing to just be there to love on you. And I'm thinking of the verse right now that's in the Bible where it says, like, basically, it talks about getting advice from friends and how that you want something that can it might hurt a little bit pretty much, but that's the kind of advice you want if it's going to steer you towards Jesus and away from the path you're going in. So find the friends that you know. This friend might give me advice that I don't like right now, but I know that this is going to bring me closer to God, and so I'm gonna be willing to follow it. Those are the kind of people you need to surround yourself with. So, yeah, it takes work to get there, but we just love meeting new people. We are so excited about the group, and yeah, I would say come and join us because there's a lot of young adults, and even though you don't go to Boundless, there's still so much opportunity there, and it's been amazing to see just people coming from different cities on that night, and just getting to know like many different people and seasons, different walks of life. It's been great. Yeah.
Bella?
Yeah, kind of what Gabrielle said too. Fellowship is so important when first, diving into your walk with the Lord. It's so, so important. And I used to think it was kind of cliche that people would, after they get baptized, they would be like, hey, how we need to plug you in. Like, let's plug you into a community. But it's so true. Mm-hmm. It's so true. And it's so necessary. Like, once you are baptized, once you are saved, once you start this walk with the Lord, it is so important to get plugged into a community that has the same intention of growing towards Christ as you, because without fellowship and community, you have to figure out this on your own. And I'm not saying that's impossible, because it's totally possible. You can do that, but it's so much easier when you have someone walking with you. And the Lord even calls us to be in community. And what is it, like the cord with the three strings like is not easily broken or something like that. And it's like, it's so true. Like, you being in community or you being in fellowship with someone else in the Lord, like inviting them into that friendship, inviting them into that conversation, is so important and necessary for your growth. And I think also what's so good about the young adults at Dream Cities right now, you have people who have the heart of discipleship, and I'm sure it's on Gabrielle's heart. I know it's on my heart, the other facilitators' heart too. Like, we love people, and we want to love people just like Jesus loves people. And because we're at a point where we're not starting our walk right now, we've been in close relationship with the Lord for some time now, we can pour out on other people and say, hey, like, I've been exactly where you have been. Let me help you, partner with me and the Lord, and I want to guide you in this beginning of your faith journey. And discipleship is so, so important, and that's our heart too. And especially with like expanding, because it does keep getting bigger, like this area of the church does just keep getting bigger. And with that, you need people who are going to be like, yes, I want to step up and lead. I want to step up and be able to be a sister or a brother in Christ to people who are just starting their walks. Like, how do I, disciple this person? Lord, what are the words you want me to say right now? So something that, we do like during prep is like we pray for what we're about to like read and what we're about to understand. Like, Lord, show me what is right. Show me exactly what you want me to communicate to these people that we're leading these conversations with, because I don't want to say something that isn't true. I only want your words. Like, Lord, like, please just give me your words to speak right now. So I think, if you are a young adult and you don't know where to go, I'm not saying like Boundless Church is the only option for you, but find a community. Find a community of people who literally just love you the way the Lord loves you. So,
So beautiful.
That is
well, you know
awesome.
what they say, as far as community, you are who you hang around with, right? There's strength in numbers. You know,
Yeah,
those
it's
easy
true.
one-liners that we can apply in every aspect of our life, because spiritually, we're serving. We're in sales, entrepreneurs. We are serving everywhere
Yeah.
we go. That we have like this service mindset, and you know, like if God puts it in your heart and you surrender, big things happen. Like you say, growth. You're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
When you know it's not you, like they say, all the glory is or goes to the Lord. But if He can use us, and we're like, okay, God, send me. It's incredible to
Yeah.
watch. It's rewarding to be a part of.
Yeah.
And you guys at your young age, it's just so.
It is very different, you know, because I go back to being a single father and having Christian and Gabriel and not knowing if I you know, if things were different. We can't reflect on the past too much, and it is what it is. But if, you know, if I knew something like this existed, man, I'd have dropped them off every Monday. You know what I mean? So I think it's important if you're, you know, single parent or not a single parent, just a parent in general, and you have children within that range group or even younger, right? And you're struggling with, you know, I don't want my kids to make the same mistakes I did or have the, you know, we messed up so they don't have to, but there's no excuses. You guys are listening to what these two young ladies said, and you have options. And the famous Rocio, who just got here, she's out there somewhere, is going to do us a favor, and she's going to plug in some links, and she's going to give you some information where you could find Bella, where you could find Gabrielle, where you could find Boundless, where you could find us, and get your kids involved, because you know, you heard it here. Community is important. Surround them with people, you know, especially those kids. You know who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Those kids out there that are thirsting for that
They are
relationship
thirsting.
with God.
Oh, what a good word.
Who are
Yes.
just follow, and who better than a child to and you could tell, you know, when someone's asking you, I want to be closer to God. What, but you have the info, you have the details, put them in the youth group, put them in young adults, get them surrounded by people who want the same thing. That's to glorify God, to serve, to do the best we can, to become the best versions of ourselves that we possibly can. I think it's great. I think it's amazing what you two are doing, showing up here with your Bibles and all that stuff, and your knowledge. And, man, I feel like underrated. Like I need to do more work.
Me too,
Like,
especially
yeah.
in my Bible.
Like
Yeah.
you two are an inspiration, even inspiring someone like me. Like, I need to get more into the book. I need, my book needs to look like that.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Because it's just so important. I think it's inspiring.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you guys were here. I know that it happened kind of last minute, but God, there's no coincidences in life. And I know we talked a few months back and wanted to do this, but I'm glad it happened here. I'm glad it finally happened. I'm glad people got to meet you, got to see this. I hope somebody is going to walk away with
Like to say, even if
something.
one kid shows up to Boundless, right?
Exactly.
Hey, we did our,
you know?
we did good.
We did our job. Yeah.
Yes.
And if you don't, we're going to blame you parents. and y'all know, quit being lazy parents.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome. It's so awesome. Any last things or anything you guys want to mention or talk about before we cut?
I don't think so. I think that was it. So 7 p.m. on Monday nights. Young adults will be
Look
there.
at that. The
Shameless
plug. Yeah.
But like Bella said, it's not, you know, if it's not Boundless, then let it be somewhere else. So Boundless is just an option, but get plugged in somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. Bella, anything?
No, not really. I mean, also, I am a missionary, so if you guys want to support me, like, please let me know. Or, I mean, my information will be, I guess, in the link
we'll
below.
link it. We'll link it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Share it with me for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Safety Vibes just committed to a contribution
Yes.
there. If I